Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good wherever you are in this world. We're back with episode 2 of season 4 of In Darkness Unbroken. This is our Dragon Age game. We are down a player today because Alex is moving. He will be back with us next week, but the rest of us are still here and we're here to play some Dragon Age. Let's just jump right into it. Start with introducing ourselves and our characters and answering weird icebreaker questions that hopefully the GM will make as awkward as possible for us. So we'll start with you, Emma. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. Well, this question is something that some people find awkward, but I know I'm playing to the right audience with this group. And yeah, good on Alex being off doing,
Strongman stuff.
Strongman stuff.
Hence. Hi everyone, it's Emma, or Hummalou on the internet, and welcome to In Darkness Unbroken for more thirst and emotions. To that end, my question today is: you've just entered into a monster dating sim. Who you romancing? I'm romancing the vampire. Because they're my favorite.
I'm assuming I'm next because Alex isn't here to give me.
Yeah. You could give more a detailed
Yeah.
answer than just they're my favorite, but I have nothing else to say on the matter. It speaks for itself.
Hi everyone, my name is Saint Orlis of Vamp on the interwebs. I'm gonna be playing Bella, the city elf rogue, and listen, vampires. Do I love other monsters? I do, but vampires have been my number one since I was a child. Like, I would dress up as a vampire for Halloween, like, 5 years in a row when I was a kid. And it's not, listen, the thirst for them has not gotten any better.
Okay,
or
it has for you vampire fuckers, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you like it cold? Is that...
No. It's not about the temperature.
I hate being cold.
In second place.
I cannot read the Southern Vampire Mysteries.
Listen, I cannot. Back when, before I was ace and I thought I had to be in relationships, I hated sleeping in beds with other people because they were sleeping with radiators. I hated it. I need to be cold in my bed. So actually, it's perfect for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the temperature.
It's about the sucking.
It's about the sucking. There we go.
I don't get it, but okay. Go ahead, Kay.
Okay, wait.
First off, who are you playing?
Yeah, who are you playing?
Me?
Yeah,
I said it. Bella, City Elf Rogue.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's just vampires. Just
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's okay,
sorry.
fucker. Don't worry about
it. It's okay. Shh. Go ahead, Kay.
Hey, I'm Kay, otherwise known as the Kay Phoenix on the internet. I play Ophelia Van Kale. She is a Mortalitasi human mage. Me personally, I really like the Fae. I like that chaos element in there, all the glitter.
Yeah.
I have a particular vampire character who knows exactly what I'm talking about. But it went. Since we were bringing up vampires, there's a particular throuple that I'm still totally down for.
That's true.
Emma and Satan know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Down in New Orleans.
As a native of Louisiana, it's pronounced New Orleans. I'm always going to get on people about how you pronounce New Orleans and pecan, because if people say it's a pecan one more time, I'm like, you put that under your bed during a hurricane, okay?
I say it however I want to say it in the mood. I'll say it both ways.
I can't, but listen, it said only way over here.
That is what the indigenous people call it, and that's what I'm calling it.
Pecan? Got it.
Sorry, I'm on my bullshit today.
Okay.
I am really on my.
This question was gonna be started. Listen.
Yeah.
I knew I was starting.
Oh, bullshit today, guys. Sorry. Hi, I'm Val. I play a dwarf, named Robin, and they are, always on their bullshit as well, which is usually just skin and hair products, and now apparently wrestling. listen, we all know I'm just a monster fucker in general, so having to choose is an issue. But we all know my favorites are werewolves. Specifically for males, if you have a dick, it's werewolves, okay? Like, that's my preference.
Yep.
Like, for dick havers, it's werewolves. For non-dick havers, it's orcs.
You know what? Yes. Yes.
like, you
Strong
know,
ladies.
Yeah, like, that's kind of, I also subscribe to, you know, because this counts Turians. So, because Garrus is husband, and I also subscribe to, both male and female, Canary, because they are monster boyfriends.
Have you seen the Iron Bull? Jesus.
And we
The
all
horns
know,
give you something to hold
not
on
just
to.
that, but have you seen
Listen.
like I don't remember her name from the TV show, but that freaking adorable Canary mage.
Oh,
and I am like, we must protect her.
Quinn, yeah.
We will protect her at all costs. I love her so much. So hey, just to let you all know, this is a viewer affected game. So you know, you could make monster boyfriends and girlfriends and they friends appear for us if you want to. And how do you do that? Well, first of all, if you give biddies to the channel, that is a lovely reroll for anyone you see here that rolls dice. If you subscribe to the channel, that'll be I've only been awake for like an hour, y'all. That, like, officially.
Crit success.
A crit success. And if you donate money through Coffee or through Streamlabs, you can create a character. Well, there's the $5, which is giving us focus points, which we are only supposed to get when we level up. Which we don't do a lot in this game. And we don't really need it. We're very strong because of all the focus points we've gotten.
Yeah.
And if you donate $10 or more, you can create a character, their race, their class, their name, their gender, all that good stuff. We've had a kobold before.
Yeah.
Don't we have another one, like, in the chamber? No, we just have meeting the Iron Bull in the chamber.
There's meeting the Iron Bull, yeah.
I don't think we have another one in the chamber. But yeah, you can just create a character. Just do it.
Please do.
Before we begin, can I just say that we should all do, like, a round table talk about monster fuckers and, like, monster boyfriends and girlfriends and partners that we should do one day? I'm just saying, it'd be a very entertaining stream.
Listen, we should just play, like, this group should just one day do either Monster Hearts or Urban Shadows. So, just do it.
Volunteers tribute!
we just need it to happen. So,
sounds good.
I love, you know, I love a good monster, no matter.
Me too.
Love a good monster with the heart of gold.
My first chance that I got to be, like, an official monster fucker happened on this channel during Masks, when I had that character that was basically like
that was a
Venom
monster.
mixed with Juggernaut. That was a monster.
That was like like I don't even know what to call this one, but
Horny.
There was art made of it by a fellow player. Shay. It was
there was art safe to show on this channel.
No.
No.
But it was I felt like it was a worthy time that I had Rindus pass me my monster fucker card, an official member. It felt like a worthy entry into the club.
Yep. It legitimately was.
Yeah.
Which also, I would like, the game that Satan and I played together, the Great American Witch, we both got our vampire and our werewolf.
Yeah. I got a vampire and a witch.
A vampire and a witch. Like, you just started a polycule.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It was great.
We love to see it.
Yeah, so if you haven't guessed, Dragon Age is just Thirst and Emotions, and this entire channel is just Thirst and Emotions. And we will always be thirsty for the choose,
and emotional.
the Claude,
the
monstrous, and emotional for them too. But I think we're done now, and now we can start.
Listen, to tie up with a bow for this, I challenge anyone. If you make a direct money donation to the channel, you can come up with an NPC that is a monster for one of them to fuck. That's my challenge to y'all.
Mm-hmm. Two of us are definitely able to fuck monsters.
Yeah. I mean, one of them's already a necromancer, so you know.
I like my women like I like my women like I like my winters. Cold, wet, dead.
And on that note, everybody,
Yeah.
hi. Welcome to the second episode. Last session, the gang reflected on what they had been doing for the past few months. There was making some contacts, helping city elves, seeking sponsors for a competitive fighting ring. We're bringing competitive wrestling to Freitas, everyone. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
There was a breakup, sad times, and Arlen's Wood shop. They just they decide to it has to happen.
Yeah.
They decide to set out to Antiva to accomplish some retribution and reunions, but decide to stop off in Navarre first to pay off a favor debt. When they seek out the mage Penelope Dundas, who they'd been directed to check in with from the spirit that helped them get out of that fade that one time, Theta shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
They discover that she was, in fact, no longer on this mortal coil. They managed to get in there also with the ruse of a business deal with cosmetics for the dead that will help out Flaky Francis. The group discover that she is, she's. With her being dead, they connect instead to a different mage in the area, who is an acolyte mortalitasi named Ophelia Van Kano. They get to know one another, and Ophelia claims that she is going to assist the group in their dealings while they are here in Novara. Secretly, she has been encouraged to get to know the group and hopefully get them to accompany her on some travels. And we will see what the outcome of that attempt is in this week's session. You guys had been brought to a very fancy establishment. It's probably higher rent than most of y'all have stayed in before. There's even cucumber water. And you're left for the evening to settle in, get your rest, get settled. And afterwards, Ophelia, do you head back to the necropolis, or do you head back to your home, which is some rooms within Circle Tower here?
Well, she needs to do a little bit more research on the task she's been given. She knows partly the who, but she needs to start figuring out the how and the why to figure out what she needs to do, especially since Robert was like, hey, they're good for it. Like, she's got to figure out what they're good for.
Robert has given these people a seal of approval, and both he and you seem particularly taken with Finch, the stone construct in the party's group. Fascinating stuff. Yes, you do need to do a little bit of research. So you're able to hit up I'm assuming a library of sorts that you know that you can go and study. What kind of records or paper trail are you going after? What is your approach in finding information out?
Looking for breaking of seals. I'm looking for exit points, weak points, or how this could have happened. As for the why, I'm probably going to have to speak with senior members of the Morn Watch. That's going to be a people talking for motives and things like that. If there was a motive, or if, some people just need to go for a walk.
And who can blame him for wanting to get some sea breeze in his crusty dead hair?
Right.
Okay. So if you are seeking out his what should have been his place of rest to do a little bit of investigating, we can do a roll there. Where's my sheet? Let's call it I suppose it's searching right now, which is a perception focus. If you don't have the focus, you're just rolling straight perception.
Right, I'm gonna roll searching. 19.
Nice. Coming out the gate strong. You have a bit of a look around this chamber, and within there's often a lot of items that were of significance to him in his life. It's almost like setting up a little like a care home area. Like you kind of
Yeah.
give them a place to stay with the wider dead community here in the necropolis. And you've likely been here before. You may well have spoken to him. What do you suppose your relationship was like with him prior to this?
Well, he was a bit distant from me, considering differences in age.
Mm.
So it was more of a younger to older, innocent kind of questions and relationship, not very an intellectual one like I have with my father, who's part of the Morn Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
maybe after his transition, there may have been some intellectual conversation attempted. I don't know if it was successful.
Mm. Yeah. Um, there probably was more of a meeting of minds and sharing of information once he was off the mortal coil. Especially given your studious nature and being part of the mortalitasi. Um, you see that the vast majority of things in this room are as they will have been the last time you were here. You don't see anything that necessarily triggers a thought of concern. Um, there is there's multiple little chests and decorative boxes and things for holding trinkets, as there often is in these spaces. And you will note that one is rather obviously missing. There is a
The whole
space on a
box?
shelf. Yeah, there's a space on the shelf where there was not a space before. And it doesn't seem like there was any efforts of breaking into or breaking out of this space. So whatever happened, there was not necessarily any force involved.
Is there a record that I could check to see what particular item is missing?
I imagine there is. If you can see, I guess it's you're not really looking up lore, you're still looking for hidden things. Do me another searching roll.
Okay.
Okay. It seems that what is missing is a box that to call it a jewelry box is too simple. It wasn't just like a jewelry box, but it was something that contained some amulets and rings of significance to him. There's probably other valuables in other containers, but this one had items of very individual and unique significance to him. You may have recalled seeing him wearing the pendant, especially like anytime you saw him, he would be wearing it, and it seems that that is what has gone missing. The box containing that and a couple other things, yeah, and a ring.
So probably his signet ring.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the nobility wear them. I have one.
They do. You do have one, a very special one. Yeah, it seems like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any obvious trail that I can follow?
Trail is in physical tracks or paper tracks? Like paper trail.
Either or. I'm more prone to paper, but since this is newly discovered, there might not be much of a paper trail yet.
True. If you're just looking for things from just before and leading to just after his disappearance, You would be rolling tracking.
Is that under
Which is it's a perception check, sorry.
Perception.
Yeah.
14?
Not necessarily. This place, as you know, is very well kept, and especially the areas that are for the really notable families, like the people of the two significant family lines in Navarra. It's well kept, and so anything that could have been physical signs of a trail will have been removed in the process of keeping this place clean. It was someone who was just doing a generic sort of like cleaning down and making sure everything was locked, like almost custodian style. That noted that the door had been ajar and there was no presence within of your great uncle. So they noted that, and it was one of those things where they get to the end of their shift, they pass on that information because they can wander around within the necropolis, and it might have just been assumed he'd gone for a little wander, but there was no evidence of his presence within the necropolis at all.
Am I able to check the records of the mage that last was in charge of maintaining the seals?
Mm-hmm.
And security of that nature?
Yes. So you can go into some records. You're not really researching history at this point. This is very recent and current things, so it's another searching roll because you're finding things that are hidden. 13. You see the name of a person. Ronald Raven. Let me just type that.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Please, like,
we gotta murder that bastard.
This is how we know that time travel doesn't exist.
Ronald Raven is somebody who is somewhat a peer of yours, in a sense.
Acolyte?
Yeah. And they're maybe slightly older than you. They've perhaps just freshly like become a bit more established out of their acolyte phase. But they were in charge of maintaining seals. It seems that this person is the last recorded person, and they've been at the task of this particular chamber for maybe a month or so.
Okay. Can I go and speak with him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you certainly can. As you wander off to find this person, back in the lavish residence, Belle and Robin, are you doing anything? Just to check in with y'all?
If it's an all expenses paid trip,
Pretty
Bella's
much.
taking advantage of that. She's like, Robin, we have to check out everything that they have.
Do you think they have a hot spring, like a spa?
I feel like they would. And we should compare their products with your products and see how much worse they are.
Oh, yeah, like, I might just even, like, bring in my own stuff and be like, use this on me, like,
because, listen, I don't know what that Ophelia girl is up to, but I'm going to enjoy this few moments of luxury that we can...
Like, I'm more into the idea of, like, having someone grind their elbow into this one spot on my back. Like, that just
Oh, do you think they give massages?
they better. I mean, like, what's a spa without a massage? Like, one, I just like if there's a steam room and a massage table, like that's what I want. Because otherwise, like, I don't need things. Like, please, in fact, they better not touch my hair. Like, I refuse. I just want, like, things that I can't do myself. I can't rub myself properly.
I mean, yeah.
And I can't just. I want to sweat I need a place to just sweat everything out. You know, we do actually have like steam rooms in Osmar because it's always just so hot down there.
I mean, I would expect so because it's basically you're living around lava.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like all the water is evaporating half the time, so. Yeah, let's go find it.
DM, do we have hot springs or massages or?
Yeah, you can ask around if you go downstairs to check in with them. They don't necessarily have that kind of facility within where you're staying. It's more of an inn really. But they do let you know that there is a place. It's actually just if you go along the street and just take a left. You can find one there. And
we'll just put it on Ophelia's tab, right? Like
we'll just put it on Ophelia's
Yeah,
tab.
that's how this works. So
she can afford it.
Listen, she looks like she can afford it, so I'm not going to feel bad.
Yeah, apparently working with dead people is well paid.
Apparently, like not dead, undead.
Yeah,
people, you know?
or undead. You know, the dead, the undead. It's not. It's unalive, and that is.
It's not alive. That's
it's not alive. You know.
But I'm just saying, I don't know if you noticed while we were speaking to her about, her joining us. She clearly has something that she needs to do that's not exactly what she's telling us.
Oh,
and I'm interested to see how this all unravels.
Like, don't worry. We'll get it out of her at some point.
Yeah. We just have to. We know how to play the waiting game.
Rerolls.
Hey!
That's 2 rerolls for everybody here, or something.
Thanks.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, 2 rerolls for everybody. Thank you, Master Poe. Appreciate it. I like getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. Do you think we're gonna die if we help her?
I think right now she's just using us as a means of transportation and keeping her safe.
Okay.
I mean, she looks like a woman that can keep herself safe. But as someone who hasn't traveled often...
Right.
I think we're mostly
more
guides or hired help for her.
I can imagine that if you've never been out into the real world, there's just some social aspects that you don't understand about the world, and that's okay. We were all there at one time in our lives, but for you and I, we became very socially adept at a much younger age.
Oh yeah.
Thus the life of the scrupulous rogues.
Yes. That's the life of crime at a young age.
Well, I mean, I didn't commit crime on purpose.
I did.
I understand that, crime is an essence of the times, and it's not your fault you have to do what you gotta do to survive. So, plus rich people suck. True. I say that as this rich person is, definitely paying for our fucking this holiday. Capitalists suck.
I mean,
unethical richness. Definitely.
And it's very ethical to pay for our massages today. It's incredibly ethical.
I'm sorry, but people that have money, whether it's old money or new money, and it's a family, that money has been made off the backs of slaves or servants, and we're just redistributing it to the economy and using it for people who are less wealthy like ourselves.
Right, there you go. And I mean, like, listen, I'm not poor.
No, definitely not poor.
I'm a working class lady, right? Come from a very, like, you know, my family's comfortable because we own businesses, but, you know.
I think currently
Yeah.
in I've been able to call myself not poor just recently.
Yeah. Not poor. And that's nice, to be not poor.
It's so nice.
Like, you know, it's nice.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see what she has up her sleeve.
Remember that one time we took a pillow?
Yeah. Yeah. I should have just taken the jewelry too, you know.
You know what? Next time we are just raiding some rich noble's room, we should take their pillows and their jewelry. Maybe honestly, a coat.
Honestly, there wasn't a lot of time because
I know we were having like it was pretty.
I cut their throat, and there was a lot of blood.
But we did get a pillow, and it was very nice.
We did get a pillow, yeah.
We didn't keep it. Yeah.
No.
Our friend has that pillow.
Our friend has that pillow.
You know he deserves that pillow.
He does. He deserves it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's go get ourselves treated. Let's have a nice spa
Absolutely.
day.
I hope they're. I bet they have the nicest chamber pots because I have to go right now. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to ruin someone's day.
Yeah. We're gonna treat ourselves to a spa day. We're gonna treat the boys to a spa day as well.
Okay, the boys are coming. All right.
The boys are coming. They deserve to know what a good spa day is.
Yeah.
Finch is definitely coming. The babies are coming.
Okay.
Everyone's coming to the spa day, and it's all gonna be charged under Ophelia's tab.
I don't know how they're gonna handle the stone construct and what kind of treatment they might need, but you know what? It's not for them to ask questions. Yeah, you know what? Customer's always right. Your satisfaction is their aim. So yeah, you can go and get a delightful spa day. Very delightful. Okay, while they're spending your money, Ophelia,
you won't notice.
Yeah, no.
Exactly, so it's fine.
It's really daddy's money.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So you go and encounter Connell. He is a young Navaran male. He is, loosely speaking, an offshoot of Pentagast as well. Only Pentagast, though, not like yourself, who's both. So he is, you know, as with everyone in Navarra who is nobility, loosely speaking, related to you. And you're able to go and encounter him. He's maybe doing his rounds with a few other things. He's kind of working on a seal currently on a separate chamber of somebody who is more newly deceased than your great uncle.
Okay. I'd like to ask him the last time that he checked the seals around my great uncle's tomb, and if he knows anything about them being broken.
Well, I did see to them the night before we discovered he's gone. Have they do you... I didn't know about them getting broken, honestly. I may not have been paying the most attention at the time. Have they? Huh? Yes.
My great uncle is missing.
Yes.
There is one of the dead missing. From
yes.
the necropolis.
It's
And you were not paying attention to the wards?
Mm-hmm.
And have you reported that yet to our senior on the Morn Watch?
Yes, I did. I reported that I was not aware that the seal had been broken. And then we discovered that he'd left somehow. There wasn't a sign of a struggle either, so I'm not really sure what has occurred. But it wasn't me, and I definitely see. The last I saw it, I definitely sealed it. It was definitely sealed. I promise.
And what sort of investigation is happening now that you know that it's broken?
I'm not sure. I'm being extra careful with the ones that I am dealing with now, and I now triple, quadruple check frequently. I, I don't really know. They're not telling me anything. I don't think they trust me with it anymore, which honestly, valid.
Who is in charge of the investigation, Connell? Who checked if they were broken?
Lord Zilran went to check after we were alerted to the fact that it had been broken. So he was most upset and perturbed by it, and now has said that he's going to get to the bottom of it.
Robert, do you have anything to say on the matter?
He was fucking someone when it happened, and he wasn't paying attention. I could see it on his sweaty little face.
Connell,
Yes.
you haven't been entirely truthful.
About which bit?
What you were doing at the time you were supposed to be handling
I
wards
wasn't
from my
paying attention. I said I wasn't paying attention, and that's quite
Clearly. Who did you have down there with you?
true.
And were they authorized? Were they even alive, Connell?
What?
Well, they were
Well,
alive, then yeah, they could be
persuasion
down
roll.
there. What?
It comes from communication if you don't have a persuasion focus.
Oh.
Were they even alive?
I mean,
These are important questions when you're in the necropolis. You
Fair
know, you
question.
have to
Right?
clarify. Yeah. 14 is for the gate. Yes, they were alive. Oh my god, why would you ask that? Questions like that are the reason that there is bad stereotypes about us, you know.
it's just us, Connell. Well, Robert.
Robert, hi, Robert. You're really making him sweat. It's funny.
She tries not to smirk.
It was. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it matters,
Why?
Connell.
Yes.
Lord Rizzo is missing.
No.
So, who did you have down in his tomb? Defiling it?
It wasn't in his tomb. I wasn't in his tomb. Oh.
I was like, all right, Mary Shelley, let's.
It was one of the servants.
Was she authorized to be down there?
It's a he. It's Bryce. You don't.
Ah,
But And you may know enough about Connell to know that he actually has like someone that it's one of those engagements where like their parents have very much orchestrated a union of two people that neither are very interested in. So he's
Yep.
Mhm.
Ophelia knows.
Yeah. If they find out about that, I dread to think what they would do to Bryce. You know the way that they treat elves around here. I can't.
Should I roll if Ophelia knows that Bryce has been like long standing with us, or
Sure.
if he's new?
Loosely speaking, this is a cunning roll. It ties into its history, but it's like your own memories, if that makes sense. Recalling information.
So it's not like historical lore.
No.
It's just cunning.
Yeah, but
14.
okay. Yeah, Bryce is one of those, and you would know of him because on the level where your uncle is, there are a number of relatives in the same kind of area. They usually are housed somewhat loosely speaking together. And so you're aware of Bryce and others. He's been there a while, and it's very much one of those things where his parents served as servants to this place before him, and now he's just kind of naturally, it's just become a part of his life as well.
So he's not a new face. We know him.
No, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I am sorry. I really am sorry that this has led to a relative of yours going missing. I don't know how a dead body managed to just waltz out of here. And I know I'm responsible for the bit with the breaking the seal, but the rest of it's not really my... I'm sorry.
Well, I can keep this part of the matter quiet if you do a little investigating for me.
Of course. What do you need?
We need to find out where he went.
Right.
Anyone you need to ask, quietly.
Hmm.
Perhaps Bryce can be of assistance.
Perhaps.
Certainly would hear more than we do.
I mean, we need to figure out... I don't know if someone came in here to take him, or whether he just...
Why do you think he was taken?
Well, why would he just walk out?
Oh, corpses walk around all the time. Question is, why was the ward down that he could walk out of the room? And where did he go?
Yes. Maybe he was just feeling naughty and he saw that the door was left open and thought, oh, I'll just go and have a walk. But then I definitely sealed it, so something else has unlocked that.
Then we need to find out for what.
Yes. Maybe he was up to naughty business.
The dead are not supposed to break the wards, Connell.
Oh, I don't mean the breaking of the thing. I mean like before he was dead.
Oh, well. That's a matter. First, we need to find him.
Yes.
We can ask him a million questions after he's properly back where he was.
Yes.
So, are we in agreement? We'll do a little investigating for me.
Of course.
All right. I need to go speak to Lord
Sylvan.
Sylvan then.
Mm-hmm.
See what he has found.
Okay.
Please be careful, Connell.
I know.
Robert could catch you. Others can catch you too. Might want
He's
to
a
keep...
wily one, though. They...
Not the only wisp here,
It's-
Connell.
I know.
They talk.
I was getting away with it just fine until recently. Your uncle has really put a spanner in my plans.
Work with work and pleasure. Pleasure elsewhere. Yes?
Yes.
All right. See you later, Connell.
Goodbye, Lady Gano.
We go talk to my Hugo weaving supervisor.
He turns around. Connell walks away doing that thing that, you know, like when you waft clothes to get some
hot flashes.
Yeah. Wafting of his robes. You can indeed go to find the Hugo weaving motherfucker.
It's Zorin.
Power eyebrows. You know where his office is, so you were able to find him fairly easily. He seems as busy as ever, with just an endless supply of in and out paperwork, basically, just dealing with a lot. You are given entry by his own spirit that seems to sense that you are at the door and opens it up for you. This is just a little bluey purple kind of orb.
I'll shuffle in quietly and clear her throat just slightly to get his attention and wait.
Yeah. He'll continue writing what he's doing and do that power move of just like indicating you to a seat while he finishes what he's doing. And then eventually put it to the side and look up at you. How goes your efforts, Lady Kano?
I am investigating how one of our wards could have been broken. Do you have any information that you have gleaned before I go further?
Gives you a little bit of a look over. Yes. It seems that the ward was intentionally removed from the outside.
So someone trying to get in.
Indeed. And given the extent of the stealth involved to go under all of our noses, and we have extensive defenses here, the fact that very little was tripped at all suggests that it is someone who knows what they're doing in that regard.
Or is among us.
Yes, well. We have very talented mages under our roof. Mages are not normally known for their stealth.
Anyone can be bought at the right price.
You're quite right.
The question is, what do they want with my uncle? Well, I suppose that's not fair. My uncle could have just walked out at the opportunity.
Yes.
Why that particular branch of tombs? I did find that one of his pendants and signet rings is missing, but that doesn't mean someone took it and not him either.
Yes, we are looking at someone who has either made an attempt to acquire either him or the items, or both, or he himself has decided to extricate himself out with the items. Both are as disturbing as the other.
And there's no other news from all other parts of the necropolis that he might have shacked up with another corpse? Happened before?
It's... yes. That is always a rather unpleasant thing to uncover. No. We've done a search. As subtle as we can, because if we are to alert people that this is something that has occurred, it will disturb Well, everyone.
Well, yes. So, if he's not in the necropolis, he must be without its walls.
Yes.
Somehow.
I need you to look into your great uncle. If he is chosen to go somewhere or someone has decided to acquire him, I suspect we need to understand the nature as to why him and not others. There are people here, if they were simply looking for wealthy or influential, there are, no offense, others here that they could have taken.
Oh, absolutely. My family is not royalty. We have not ruled. We might be part of the ruling families, but we are not of that level.
Yes. So, an investigation into his affairs may be needed. Whether you do that here or at your family's, wherever they keep their records, that would be appreciated. And if we can get a trail, I need you to try and figure out how to get yourself there safely.
I think I might have an idea of that. Group
Good.
that I met seem well traveled. Depends on where they are going.
Yes. Well.
All right.
You'll need to figure that out as well then.
Thank you for your time. We'll let you get back to your work.
Yes. Do report back often with your findings.
Of course. May I have a sending stone?
Of course.
Right. I will use it to report. Should I be without Navarra?
Yes. And he'll get up and go over to a series of boxes in a cabinet and pull out a very finely made box. When you do open it, you will find that it's got a simple disc that has a mirrored surface. It's like the stone has been polished so much that it has become like a mirror-like substance. And you're aware that you can communicate with him through a paired set of that. Here you are.
Thank you.
To be returned when you were done.
Of course.
Clear.
Of course.
Well, it seems like you're to be busy then. Either his records or this band of curious folk.
I believe they can keep me and Robert safe as we travel. Right. Good evening.
Good evening.
She'll shuffle out with Robert.
All
right.
What are we doing first, dear?
Well, it seems I'm going to have to get more acquainted with my uncle than I ever wanted to. Family dirt. Exciting.
Yes.
Suppose my father will have to. Him.
No.
I know.
Sourpuss.
I know. Never approved of anything I did. Well, shall we look in the records first? I don't think we'll find much dirt there. Official business and whatnot, but you never know. We could find fair.
Goodies. That sounds like fun kind of dirt, not the stinky kind.
What about you, Robert? Do you think you might find another wisp of spirit who may know my uncle from his time while alive?
I could certainly try.
That would be excellent. Okay, I will go and search through the family records at our family estate, see what I can find. Letters and whatnot.
Very good. So you are off to do the very dry task of book reading. which, you know, is something you may enjoy. At the spa, there is some trepidation as to the authenticity of putting it onto the tab of someone else. Your choice as to who rolls it. Do one of y'all want to roll me a persuasion roll?
Ooh.
Can we both roll, or do only one of us roll? We're helping each other out.
Let's see what I got going on my. Where's my character sheet? I am. Whew, wow, the executive function today is failing me. Like, all right, it's in a communication. I do have persuasion, but I also have bargaining.
I have bargaining, persuasion, deception, seduction.
Just seduce them into it.
You can choose a method of trying to get in. I would argue that you would want to take on different approaches, and I would like to hear the actual attempt rather than just the roll.
Right.
What we doing?
I think that I'm just going to use a critical stunt point to get my way on the persuasion roll. And I'd be like,
okay, with let me know how beautifully this goes.
Because I have 15, so I just want to get rid of them for something useless.
Yep.
You know, it will. I will essentially have the both my invitation to as a guest to the necropolis, because as a tradesman, and I would have if you would initiate some sort of flashback scene to where we also have some sort of paperwork that shows we're staying in the inn down the street.
Yes.
And I'll be like, listen, I don't understand what's going on. We were told that there was a package deal with a promotion with this spa, and like, you know, just talking about like yeah, and it's just like,
I mean, maybe we'll just have to have a word with Ophelia about this.
See. No, it's fine. We just need to make sure that everything is on the up and up, you understand. It is important that we have the correct paperwork. And they'll start flicking through things, and they can see that the note of your stay with that place has been signed by Ophelia.
Yeah.
Likely with a signet ring. Yes, this does seem to be quite accurate. And for all of you, there are some people who are we are not usually accustomed to seeing to their needs. If you could help facilitate what it is that you would like for them, we will try to find the appropriate treatment.
Listen, like, I just carry all this weight on my shoulders, like, both physical and emotional, okay? I just had to end a very adventurous relationship with the Dalish elf, and he was beautiful.
Exciting.
Yeah, listen, it was the healthy choice for both of us, and eventually we'll get back together. It's just like right now, I got all this tension because, you know, I don't have his strength to just make me feel like the merchant princess that I am. Like, I need someone with deft hands and elbows, and I've got knots.
We certainly have that. I mean, we have some master masseuse, but we do have a Kunari gentleman that is quite good at the more heavy duty massages. So it sounds like perhaps you're needing someone to really get into the deep tissue.
Yes, the deepest of tissues.
I understand. But that's fine. The
our friend here, his name is Finch.
Yes. What needs are to be met?
some polishing,
Mhm.
if possible.
All right.
Maybe sanding out some rougher edges. He has been in battle, so there are some, scruffs and a bit of dents. So if we could take care of that. And he is fine. Just Finch, are you fine just following with us, or would you like to do something else? She'll ask Finch personally.
I would like something that is nourishing and moisturizing.
Maybe like a nice like wax polish
Oh,
after like
yeah.
some like steam room to
Yeah.
kind of lock in that moisture.
What kind of from one rock kid to the other rock kid? What
Yes.
kind of stone is Finch made out of?
It's almost more like a diorite. Like it's a finer grain than granite, but it's definitely that gray volcanic rock kind of deal.
Yeah. You know.
Sorry, I got to use the geology somewhere because I sure don't use it in my day-to-day life.
I'd be like, listen, they've got a very fine grain texture to their body. They're literally been forged from a volcano.
Wow.
So just keep that in mind. I know y'all specialize in flesh, but
Yes.
Maybe Finch also has flesh. It's just very hard.
If now traditionally for people of flesh, we do hot stone massage. I wonder if there's a way of doing a heat treatment to kind of ease
Yes.
their internal
Like
workings.
he is
in
the
a way.
hot stone.
Yes, so
Yeah.
perhaps an adaptation to our sauna space to just kind of
Mhm.
create a bit of perhaps I'm
That's-
curious and fascinated to see that we get something that will work.
Yeah, Finch, how does it sound?
It sounds amazing.
That is
I
an
think that's
amazing
okay.
adjective. Amazing? You just
Yeah.
used amazing? I'm
Yeah.
so, like...
Yeah.
We're
The
so proud of you,
vocabulary.
Finch.
Yeah.
You've definitely been spending time.
He's
uh,
learning and growing.
yes. For the more animal members of your party, are we?
Yes. Do you have anyone who is adept at treating animals? They're both very well trained.
Ah,
Train them both myself.
I quite believe it. I'm not certain for dragon scale, but perhaps something that is moisturizing for under the scales and a
Yes, and maybe
cleanser.
polishing the scales a
Mm.
little bit.
Yes,
Like if you have something similar to like how you treat kunai horns almost.
sure.
And I definitely recommend getting to those little nooks and crannies because we have been traveling and we do go into the forest quite often. So both of them might have picked up some parasites,
Okay.
just some ticks under the scales and the ears. It's not just a good
It's-
like deep
Deep
surface.
cleaning.
Yeah, good deep clean.
It's not something that we typically deal with here, but I know how to outsource these things. It may just be a little bit of a wait, but we have treatments we can do in the meantime. And for your dog, I think we could do perhaps essentially a mani-pedi just to make sure that those claws are...
She would love that.
All right. Come this way then.
Okay, do y'all know though that one TikTok or YouTube channel of the dog groomer that it's like, this is Kai. Kai is a Tibetan Mastiff. Like I imagine, like it's like this is Andriel. She is a like it's
Yeah,
Safari Hound.
Safari Hound. Yeah, she's
That's
best
how
girl.
I imagine it.
Yeah. I imagine that she's the kind of dog that when she's getting like the bath or the blow dry treatment does that very vocal sound.
Yeah.
Like they're not necessarily unhappy, but they're definitely letting you know that they're experiencing something.
They're experiencing something, and they want everyone to know.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you're led through. You were giving very lavish treatments, all of you. The The boys seem happy too. I imagine both of them are probably getting some type of mani-pedi treatment because they both work with their hands a lot, so they
Yeah.
probably got a lot of calluses. Sharo is often barefoot, so you
Yeah.
know they've
Bella's
got
definitely like, so they're both gonna need mani-pedis. He's definitely gonna need some work on his feet. They have both have calluses. We're gonna need some moisturizer. I've learned a lot from my friend Robin. It's fine.
And I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm and I just casually mention that I'm a cadret, just name dropping myself, because if anything, I'm kind of hoping that it's like, oh, this is the name in skin and hair products. We need to work a little extra hard.
I think, it's perhaps that they didn't necessarily, they've maybe heard of it in passing, but they don't know of it yet. And so what happens is you and the people in charge of your various treatments end up, you just get into casual conversation. They ask questions, they find out that actually you're, the nature of your business, and then there's that kind of agreement that on your way out they basically hook up for business connections between yourself and them.
Of course.
So yeah,
if they're gonna be surprised on like how much moisturizing we actually don't need.
yeah. They're like, your skin is great. Yeah, the hair. Listen,
like, it's like, wait a second. You sure you travel on the road? Like,
you don't have any split ends. Like, I know.
It's like, I know.
My friend gives me some haircuts. She gives me this treatment that makes the red in my hair like so much brighter.
I can imagine Arlen might even encourage the group, certainly him and Sharo, but y'all, if you're free to do it, the hot and cold treatment of being in a spa and then going into a cold bath. And the delights of that. So they're certainly doing that. You guys may be doing other things, but I imagine being up where he's from.
I don't need products. I need hands.
I need. Yeah, you're hands. Getting you're very well taken care of. All of the expense of somebody else. How lovely.
Yeah.
Welcome.
As we are doing that, if we're doing some treatments that are together, Bella is going to ask Rylan, like, so about this contact that you found here.
Yeah. He's got like full master. It's that one scene in Trespasser where they've got like the massive like the wheels on their eyes, like just getting a face mask.
Yeah.
Do we have sangria? Is that something that's served?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You've definitely got sangria. Yeah.
We got the cucumbers on our face, on our eyes.
Yeah. I imagine booze in Navarre is pretty strong as well. So yeah, it's the good shit.
Not like dwarven ale though.
No, a different kind of strong. You know.
Yeah. Erden, correct?
Yeah.
What can he do for us? Does he have a specialty?
I mean, yeah, I guess. He's doesn't exactly do what I do, but it's very similar in that he's,
No one can do what you do, right?
Correct answer. But no, it's pretty much just if you need help with something, if you needed to connect with somebody, if you needed information, place to stay, things to avoid. He's very good at, a point of contact more than anything, rather than having a specific skill set that you might need.
That's good.
Yeah.
Possibly let's then try and get in contact with him and include him in our network. Trade information for information.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Listen, as you well know, ain't nobody good at picking up and gathering and spreading information like the elves. It pays to go unseen in a crowd.
It does. So, are you enjoying the luxury of traveling with us?
Oh, it's amazing. I've never felt so relaxed.
Right? Oh.
You don't get this shit in an alienage, can you?
Nothing close. The only steam room we have is our houses when it gets very hot.
Yeah, the summertime is fucking disgusting.
It is gross.
Yeah.
The smell gets worse. Anyway.
Sweaty elves are fine.
Correct answer.
Not to the point where I've experienced it.
Yeah. You just have to find a nice river. It's fine.
All good things start with streams and rivers. And she just pats Shadow's shoulder.
He chokes on whatever he's been drinking. Yep. I sense the story there, but I'm not gonna ask. Polite.
You know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
This laugh is in character.
Yeah. I mean, feel free to share. I'm sure the workers here could do with a giggle.
When Shara and I met, our first big physical interaction was in a stream.
I mean, same.
Oh, big
same.
physical, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a threesome in the same water. Like,
quite the introduction.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
The Dalish know how to get down with nature, let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean, he was just helping me after we hunted this great bear. And
Oh yeah,
I had to
as all stories start with a
as
Dalish.
all stories go.
Yeah, I was out on a hunt. Yeah.
You know, one thing led to another. And look, now we're engaged. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, at least with the river, you're not going to get, like, sand in your ass. Because having sex on a beach is not actually as fun as people make it out to be.
I didn't expect it.
Just gotta bring a towel.
But it's very fishy.
Fishy? Well.
Here's the thing, though, with rivers, you gotta be careful because sometimes there are leeches and fish with teeth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and there's certain places you don't want to get a leech,
Ooh. I am there.
Especially
definitely.
not doing big physicals.
Yep.
Y'all are nasty. I love it.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
But
the poor workers that are just in this room.
I know.
You know these people live for the fucking tea.
Yeah.
They're
The
probably
gossip
like,
you can get in
man.
these jobs. Mm-hmm.
Some Dalish elf forest fuckers, leeches, beaches. Rylan, where is the most dangerous place you've had sex?
Dangerous.
Like you probably would.
Well,
like danger to get caught or danger to be physically harmed.
There's different kinds of, like physically, the most dangerous was sort of on this cliff edge. I mean, it was dangerous enough being up there walking, honestly, and you didn't want to turn around the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
But the views were fucking spectacular, let me tell you.
Oh, I bet.
Right. Yeah.
What about like danger of being caught?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I'm very good at not getting caught. There was this one time with this chantry brother, actually. That was pretty exciting.
Ooh, in the chantry.
Yeah. I mean, they're so busy doing like the actual chanting and hymns and praying, and it's noisier than you think. You can't go in there for quiet contemplation because they're so busy yammering the fucking gums about the chant and light, so
you just
mashed
time
it pretty
the
well.
bones, like with the chants.
Yeah. Quite exciting. And when you get the really repressed ones, sometimes it's the best sex.
Those
I'm
are
just saying,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
There, buddy, big guy. As I look at the Canary, my periodontalus is really torn, so just be gentle, okay? Periodontal, because I've been overcompensating during walking. I haven't been using my glutes. I've been using that tiny little muscle, in the hip, and it's a little torn. So just be gentle with it, right? I know I should be using my glutes when I walk, but I just haven't been paying attention.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No. I'm just letting you know my body's needs.
Okay. Yeah, it's important for my
I'll
job to
make
know
sure
that.
you use your glutes when you walk, Robin.
Thank you. You see, you have to like get to this point where like you're walking and you have to think, and sometimes I have to say it out loud. I have to go glute, 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 so that I'm moving my glutes. It's always
We just gotta get you popping a squat every now and again while we're on the road, you know?
That is fair. I squat a lot on the road. That's just because sometimes people want to murder us, and so I have to hide in the bushes. To be fair,
That is true.
I don't have to squat very far to hide in the bushes.
That's
true.
But...
Toilet stops on the road as well.
Mm-hmm,
You know?
mm-hmm.
That's also a bit dangerous. I once had a snake bite me right on the arse cheek because of that. Great.
Was it poisonous?
Yeah, was
No.
it a venomous snake? Yeah, well, that's
well,
good.
venomous,
It's probably just
yeah.
a little
I mean,
snake.
I wouldn't like to be sitting here, but I do have a wicked scar. It's great.
Let's see.
I'm busy right now. Maybe later.
God damn it. Okay. Like, I want to see the snake bite on the
Yeah.
ass guard.
Anyway.
When we get real quick, just when we get to Antiva, let's just stick together when we can. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Except you, Rylan. I might have some work for you.
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
Keeping me busy.
I am, but I pay you well.
You do?
Aren't you so happy that I came into your life?
I'm very happy, yeah. Keeping me very well paid.
Mm-hmm. And relaxed?
Yeah. Well, if you make this a regular thing where your employees have to go through these treatments every now and again, then that's you know.
Listen, once things pick up and we have money to spend, this may be a regular thing. You know, like
Or we can just befriend rich mages all the time and see if they can.
Yeah. You know, it's like company getaways or like a trust building, whatever.
Oh,
retreat.
Yeah.
Retreat.
A retreat, company retreat, yeah, team building.
Team
Trust
building exercises.
That's exactly what's happening right now. We're team building.
Team building.
I'm not gonna lie, I would quite happily. I mean, people can trust me for trust walls, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch Arlen. Like, I don't think any of us could catch Arlen.
We all have to catch him together.
Or Finch, yeah. Arlen and Finch can catch
Finch,
each other.
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when we need to catch the dragon?
Oh,
It will
yeah.
squish us.
I don't think we're doing trust falls with that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So you know what I want to get while we're here?
We?
A saddle blanket for the dragon. Because like, here's the thing. Here's what's up with Sparrowhawk, right? Like, we're gonna have to. We want to get her used to having things just on our back, right?
Well, she has her
harness.
Her harness.
Right. Harnesses are one
That's a
thing.
start.
But what I'm saying is this is kind of
Like
how
a heavy
you use
blanket.
this is how you do horses, right? Is you just put like the blanket on their back so that they're just used. So we'll just cut some holes in it for her wings and just see if she'll, because I mean, if we're not gonna ride this dragon one day.
Don't even talk about it. Like, I could cry. I'm so excited. That's all.
We're going. Listen, she's our child. I think one day we're going to ride. We're gonna be dragon riders. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can cry. It's fine.
What does this Canary masseuse reaction to that?
Overwhelmed, but trying exceptionally hard to be professional.
Don't worry, they will be getting tipped well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For having to deal with us.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
the tip.
Just the tip.
On that note,
it's probably all I can fit.
Yeah.
Ophelia, you're going to do some homework. How are you tackling your homework? What kind of records are you looking for?
Looking for anything that might tell me where he might have gone off to, if he had any unfinished business, any personal letters, documents. I'm looking at the family estate more than the official records.
Okay. Perfect. This is research, please, in the cunning family of skills.
All right, there we go.
19 with the stunts. My goodness. Um, yeah, okay. Okay.
What dirt did
Buckle in.
I pull up?
Get that notebook at the ready. All right.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so your great Uncle Rizzo, a few things you find in the records. There are some documents, letters from him, family notes. There's also things that you know about your great uncle. He was a rival, as you know. You'll be aware of this, I imagine, but certainly you're finding more details on it right now. To Vestalis Pentagast, who is about as fancy as he sounds. He was prelate for the Matrilatasi, and for Dragon Age lore fans, is the uncle of Cassandra Pentagast. And he had really hoped to obtain that role himself. He was a ambitious man, Rizzo Van Canel, what a name. He was ambitious and thought quite highly of himself, and to some degree that was deserved. He was a great man. He was very talented. He had great connections. Your family can boast family ties to both of the very significant royal families of Navarra. So he believed that he was just as justifiably suitable for that position, but it never happened, and then he passed. He seems to have had some dealings with merchants, it looks like. There are, if you go into his personal records and paper trail, one thing that strikes you, and I'll add this in with your 5 stump points for this, what you find and what you're looking at does not feel like it's a complete story. And not in the sense that you haven't been able to find enough or you've only managed to obtain a certain amount. It feels like things are perhaps intentionally missing. Whether that is they've been taken away or whether he just didn't record certain things, you're not sure. But as you're going through this paper trail, you start to notice that where you would normally see connecting tissue to the information you're finding, there is fairly apparent gaps actually when you know what you're looking for. Casual glances could easily have missed these things. It feels like it's telling you everything it needs to, but you know better than that, and that's your 5 stunts. He's had dealings with merchants and seems to have had a couple of holdings around Thedas. Obviously, the main import for himself and members of your family usually is centered around Navarra, very specifically Navarra City. But he does have residence in one place and another frequently visited place in Orlea of all places. That seems more a chance to go and stay somewhere for gathering information, gathering intel, that kind of thing. There were frequent trips, it seems, by him to Antiva and occasionally to Tevinter.
Oh no.
Yeah. The exact whys and who not really mentioned, but there's very obvious notes of taking a trip and leaving notice to people of where he was going. But a lot of it seems centered around Antiva, actually. He had a residence, like a full-on home, it seems. Probably like summer home in Antiva City. And there are notes that name a person, and you never really see like correspondence, like full letters between them. There is occasionally just a note that is almost cryptically vague. It seems that if you know, you know with what this message is. It seems simple. It's not even like it's a coded message. But it is intentionally vague, but the signing of it is somebody named Chimera Vondas, and I will type that out for you as well. Chimera Vondas. And this is someone that he would have in communication with in Antiva City, frequent visits, and like I say, there's a residence there. It seems that what should have been his complete estate in terms of things that he owned, and his assets, both liquid and not liquid, are not only centered in Navarra. There's a couple things here and there, and it seems a significant portion of his holdings were actually in Antiva. So when he passed away, what normally would happen of an estate passing on to direct relatives and what have you, or things that stay with them, like the personal items stay with them when they go to the necropolis. There's a lot that was unaccounted for because it seems like it is actually being held elsewhere.
So his children, my father's cousins, did
Yes.
not get all of the
All of it.
inheritance. Okay.
No. And there is note between what I guess would be like yieldy lawyers and the family, where basically there's correspondence to the cousins, your father's cousins, about that. It was not in their power to do anything about that. They were given what was left to be given.
Okay, so it's still stuck in Orlais and Antiva.
There's someone in Orlais, yeah, there's a location in Orlais, and then
Maybe
a fair bit. The Tevinter seems to be visits rather than any holdings in Tevinter, but there's definitely evidence of trips too. Not
And-
quite as frequent as Antiva, but enough to be like, hang on there.
So when you mentioned there was trouble with merchants, are we talking about the merchant princes themselves or just merchants in general?
That is unclear from what you have right now. The ability to investigate names and information and details of who the merchant princes are in Antiva is perhaps not something that you can access where you are currently. But typically, if you're someone as wealthy and important as your great uncle, and you've had dealings with merchants, as is written in the note, the likelihood is, if not the merchant prince, then something of significance. But you know enough, and like I say, that was a stonking roll. You know enough about the way that Antiva works. Strong likelihood, yeah, that it's the real powerhouse is Antiva, because you do know enough about world history to know that Antiva, while they have a royal family, they are run by merchant princes.
Okay. So I've gleaned enough to know that I may not still know the why of that he went missing, but
yeah,
I may know a place to start looking in his holdings in Antiva.
Yes, you have records of where that is.
Yeah.
And he has like an estate in Antiva, so.
Yeah. So I might find more information there. Okay. I'm gonna run all this past Robert like I normally do to see his opinion. If he thinks Antiva is a good place to look, or if he might think it's a waste of time.
It seems sensible. Naughty, Rizzo.
Oh. Am I about to find more cousins there?
How juicy. Maybe.
Put it past my family.
Quite.
Well, it looks like we have a need to go to Antiva.
I'd
Shall
rather
we?
Antiva than Tevinter. They are very
Agreed. Although they might be a little
pointy.
bit more lenient of our practices than other places. But let's try to avoid going to Tevinter if we can.
Yes. Too many of them become a bit over interested with the likes of myself.
Oh, but we can hide you.
That's true.
All right, so I'm guessing that will probably conclude the evening, so Ophelia would
Yep.
need to check in with the group the following day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can go. You receive in your morning letters a receipt.
I mean, she would just be like, whatever, sign it, move on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, her
Yeah.
family's got money related to both
She's
royal
like,
families, the Van Markhams
good for
and the
them.
Pentagast. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're trying to ingratiate yourself, so
Exactly. Money
yes.
well spent, in her opinion.
Yeah. You guys, when you went back to your place, you were very well rested, very relaxed,
yeah.
and were able to eat and drink to a luxurious extent. But in the morning, you will be visited by your associate.
They're looking
Couple
refreshed.
of them may be nursing like hangovers the following morning. Rylan has acquired some manner of wide brim hat that kind of affects
Hi.
guarding his eyes from the light.
Bella looks refreshed still.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
She knows how to do her drinking game.
Yep.
I'm just a dwarf. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look at all of this alcohol, like that I just constantly process like Captain America. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It
Good
is
morning,
1:40.
Lady
Do
Ophelia.
we want to do our break?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Sure.
it's perfect time
Yep.
to take a quick 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will take 10, 15 sometimes, depending on when everyone gets back. Everybody, please go stretch, hydrate, get a snack, do your bios, all that good stuff, and we will see you back here in a few minutes. So, derp. What up, nerds? We're back. We had our bios, we had our stretches.
Mm-hmm.
We yelled at our pets for being fat and needy pieces of shit. Like, talked about our adventures in downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
Thing. We're back with some.
We're back
with some Dragon Age.
We're back with Dragon Age.
Yeah, we all have to go in the same direction. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the morning.
Yeah.
Some of you may or may not be hungover, depending on your constitution, and how much you decided to enjoy yourself the night before. And Ophelia comes in to greet you all in the morning. Is Robert out?
Oh yeah, Robert's always
Yeah.
with me.
Okay.
Lady Ophelia, Robert.
How did you enjoy your evening?
Oh yeah,
Very
thanks.
well. It was great. Thank you.
Like, I haven't had a day like that in a while. Appreciated the kindness extended to us.
The money extended to us, really.
Well, of course.
Well, there was just because there's value in the kindness doesn't mean it's not kind.
Wanted you to feel welcome. We are going to be in a business arrangement. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, where exactly did you need to go, Lady Ophelia?
Oh, so I did find some more information. There is a deep family matter that I need to take care of in Antiva, and I was wondering if you might head that direction if I could travel with you.
Well, isn't fate just funny? I too have a deep family matter that I need to take care in Antiva.
Oh, did you unexpectedly come up with some cousins and missing inheritance too?
No, I did come up with a missing father, though.
Oh, that is exciting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Do you have extra cousins and missing inheritance that you're looking into? Dead relatives?
I have many dead relatives. I will leave them here in Navarra if that is all right with you. Well, Robert
would
isn't a
prefer it,
relative,
but-
but he will come with us.
Robert is always welcome.
Alright, Ophelia.
I like her. She's polite.
Ophelia, I've got to warn you though, if you travel with us.
Oh?
We're horny as fuck.
It gets raunchy.
It gets nasty here sometimes. Like, if you would have had like that moment in that spa with us, I'm just. Does anyone else hear that?
No.
No.
1 second. Yeah, sorry. Smoke alarm's going off.
Oh. It's alright,
That's
Bella. You
not
can
good.
carry on. No.
May I call you just Ophelia if we're going to be traveling together? We might as well get acquainted personally. Or do you prefer your full title?
Ophelia is fine.
And Robert just goes by Robert?
Is either upstairs or
Yes.
across?
Robert, do you have any other preferences you haven't told me?
She can call me Bertie.
Sorry, there was a smoke alarm, but I had to be like, is that coming from my apartment or upstairs?
Yeah.
Or
Fair.
next door? Yeah. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, it get raunchy. Like, especially if they're in nice rivers. How are the rivers in Antigua?
I wouldn't know.
It's
She's blushing deeply, by the way.
yeah. Well, there's one big river that does traverse Antiva that we can look at.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was going to suggest we travel downriver instead of on foot. I would like to not go into Tevinter, for obvious reasons.
Agreed.
And she'll point to her ears.
I don't think any of us want to be in Tevinter. Like,
I don't know. Sometimes, no offense, Ophelia, because I don't know you. Sometimes mages, such as those in the more necromantic and blood-related arts, might be okay.
I heard there's a whole bunch of guys down in Ferelden anyway that are, I don't want to touch that right now. Like,
Robert and I would prefer not to go to Twitter
Yeah.
as well.
Perfect. Then we're on the same page. Oh, so just call him Robert then?
Oh, I meant to tell you. He said you can call him Bertie.
Bertie?
I love that.
So I have a very important question. Is there
Uh-huh.
actually a way that he can just talk to all of us at the same time? Because, like, you constantly translating what he says, it's just to save time.
I see. Well, usually the one summoning the wisps is the one that can hear them, or you have death magic. I could try to channel my death magic into you.
That's a new thing that's been channeled into me.
Here, I don't think you've noticed, but I'm a dwarf. We don't do magic. Are you leaving?
Yes.
Yes, but dwarves also didn't do the fade, and look at where we went.
That wasn't my fault. I
it
didn't
wasn't
do
your
the
fault.
fade. Somebody brought me there. Like, I fell. Okay?
I'm just saying, a lot of things that we originally thought were impossible are possible.
You know what? Maybe out there in this world there is a dwarf that got really whose daddy is an elf and his mama is a dwarf, got a little bit of that fadeness in and is able to do it. I don't know, but it ain't me. My mama was a dwarf, my daddy was a dwarf, my great grandparents. It's just this long line of dwarves. So I don't think it's actually possible, is what I'm saying. And you know what? I don't want to try. I'm good. All right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can find another solution. Robert, do you have any suggestions?
Maybe there's an item.
Well, it's not something I've had to look into before, my dear. Maybe I could try and possess them, but I've never had to do that before. I'm not really that kind of a spirit.
What about Finch?
Oh. You know, I'm not sure, because I feel like the same sort of block is on him. It is on her. Dwarven thing.
Yeah.
Robert said possession might be an option, but
No, it's not.
I think we should look at other options before we go there.
Worst case scenario, we'll just keep talking to. We'll just keep translating through you.
Yeah.
I think that is wise. Yeah.
Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have not left Navarra
No,
before.
this will be my first time, so I don't want to go alone. I mean, I have Robert, of course.
Of course, you have Robert, but very wise. And do you have any? I understand where your magic comes from. Do you have any defensive magic?
I do have some magic that could be considered defensive. When we need to prevent corpses from moving, that would also work on the living. Yes, I do have a few things that might prevent people from harming me or one of us.
Do you have offensive magic?
Well, I can use my staff to channel energy towards a person. I've never tried to harm one.
You might have to get used to the idea of harming somebody else.
Well, I have punched someone before.
How's your right hook?
It quite well. I knocked him out. He grabbed my tit.
As you should.
As you should. Yeah,
I just met you, but I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
She's bright red while she's telling you this.
Yeah. Good.
Listen, we are horny, but we are consensually horny.
Oh, good.
You do not have to worry about anyone grabbing your tit out of us unless you enthusiastically say that we can.
Probably not.
See, there you go. You don't have to worry about it.
That's fair. But then, are you ready to go?
I would need to gather some supplies, but yes, if our business is concluded and Madame Cadret has all that she needs for her business to run, then yes, I would say that I could grab my supplies and we
I'll
could
get
go.
I'll get the mail sent on the way out. The orders to my to Osmar sent out, and eventually a shipment will happen. So everything else is just good to go. I got 2 now because the spa is like totally interested in my stuff.
Excellent.
Got
Glad
some.
there was another business opportunity for
I
you.
will say then, while you get your supplies, I do have to speak with someone.
Okay.
But that should be quick. How about you get your supplies, I speak to my person, and we meet back here.
Sounds excellent.
Lovely. It is up to you, Emma, if you want to do this little conversation with Airden and Bella, like, on in-game, like, because I know it's not gonna be super interesting.
We can wrap up that conversation and also Ophelia's conversation and any other bits and pieces y'all want to do, and do bonding and then head off, and that will wrap the episode for us rather nicely.
All right. So then, do you have? Make sure you have proper traveling clothes. All right.
Yes.
Good. Traveling shoes, multiple pairs.
Multiple pairs of shoes. Okay, she's scribbling notes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to get shoes.
Yes.
Oh,
Rations.
I can provide shoes for all of you if you need shoes.
Rations for when we.
Oh yes.
I'm sure it's not something that you're used to, but sometimes we do have to camp out in nature. And while we have some very good hunters, and she'll put her hand on Cheryl's shoulder, sometimes we'll have to survive off of rations.
Okay.
It's up to you. Should you want to bring a tent with you?
All right, I will look into that.
Yes.
Lots of socks. Listen. Changing your socks often is like you want clean socks.
Clean socks.
Clean, dry socks.
Yep.
A lot of people don't think about that, but it is very important.
My horse as well. I will need to bring my horse and all of the things that he requires.
You can bring your horse. Yes. I'm sure we can find a riverboat that can accommodate that horse. What else? Do you know how to use any weapons in case magic falters? As I've seen other mages.
She'll bring out her staff, which is glowing, fiery on one end, but has a sharp point on the other. That
what is blade?
It called? It's the blade, but it's got the 2 on the side too, so it's triple bladed.
Oh, triple bladed. Oh.
Yeah. So stabby.
We love to see it.
Slice.
Now you do know how to use the stabby part, correct?
Oh yes, extensive training on using the staff.
Great.
No accidents.
Much more important question. Yeah. And maybe this is a little weird considering your profession. But have you ever murdered somebody or taken a life in self-defense? Have you ever just killed someone? Yeah.
Someone. Yeah. No, I don't know. Okay. As far as killing someone in self-defense, no.
Okay.
Well, we want you to be open to the idea of that happening.
Yeah. When we talk about body count, it's not in the horny way.
It's not in the horny way.
I mean, sometimes it's the horny way as well.
Sometimes. So, what's higher for you, Ryland?
A gentleman never tells.
At least not.
A gentleman doesn't stab and tell.
Yeah.
My kill count is definitely higher than my not kill count. Yeah. Yeah.
Typically, I'm more the
count.
Breaking in and making connections and that kind of thing. So I reckon my other list is probably higher. I have killed people, of course. But, you know,
Mine might be relatively close to you.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Well,
And
with
both.
my line of work, they don't need to stay dead.
Exactly. But
Right.
sometimes
Death is
we
not the end for
murder
your
them
people.
because we want them to stay dead.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Let's say... Alright, so let's say we're on the road, right? And Templars jump us, as they do. And...
Do you?
Oh, all the
Yes.
time.
Templars
Very-
don't do that.
Oh, Templars definitely do that.
Oh, yes, they do, dear.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if you've heard, but there's like a mage Templar war going down in the south part of the continent
Yes.
right now.
I had heard that, but our Templars, they still guard the tower. We still command them.
Anyway, as you know, if you get are just bandits and you just get jumped, and let's say you kill them, right? They were trying to take your shit. They were trying to kill you. You killed them. You have taken away
Have to?
something from them, their life, right?
Uh-huh.
If someone took your life from you, like without your consent, you'd be a little fucking mad, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, and if you would have come back from the dead, and the person that killed you was alive, you would probably want to pay them back in turn. So that's why we keep them dead. We don't want them to
Yes.
come back and haunt us.
We kill people,
Yeah.
so they stay dead.
Yeah.
But what if
Now,
you need to
we don't
talk
go
to them
out and just
afterwards?
kill people because, like, you know, it's like a hobby. It's just sort of, it's part of the course of being on the
Yeah.
road. Sometimes people are trying to kill you.
Yes.
And
but,
in order to avoid that, you have to kill them first.
True. She does bring up a good point. Can you actually revive people for temporarily to get information from them?
Try. That is not a guarantee.
It is possible.
Any things are possible. Look at Finch
Like Finch.
and Robert.
And like a dwarf in the fame.
Don't fucking remind
Many
me.
things are possible. You've already experienced many of them. It sounds.
Excuse me.
Alright. I like you. And Bertie, of course.
I'm very taken with all of you two. I have never met such exciting people before.
I'm
That's
really
funny,
glad
yeah.
we can call him Birdie because I, like, sometimes when people say Robert, I think they're about to say Rylan because it starts with the same syllable, and I get confused. So I'm glad. I was gonna call him Bob, but Birdie's cool.
I prefer Bertie than Bob.
She may call me Bob if she wishes.
I will let her know. He says if you wish to call him Bob, he would not be offended.
Thanks, Bob.
I like how it sounds on her accent.
Like your accent.
I have an accent?
Yes.
Okay, if you say so.
You don't notice it, but because you are used to your own accent.
Yeah,
People say I have an accent, but I don't notice.
Yeah, I
just
don't
thought-
think I've got much of an accent either, you know? I just sound normal.
No, you definitely have an accent.
You've got the thickest accent of us all. You're not the thickest of us all, but you got that's Ireland's job. But you.
I'm lean.
Yeah. You got that lean muscle.
It's a baby
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
Um,
It's not cuffing season right now. I'm sorry. I just looked over at Twitter on my other thing, and trending in Canada is Cumtown, spelled Cumtown, and now I have to click. Like,
Yeah.
Nice.
How did
I
they know
can't
where
wait.
you live?
yeah. That's where my next summer holiday is going to be. Also, I just saw a question in chat there. It's a 3d6 game. It's a part of the age system, but yes, there is a Dragon Age TTRPG of
Yeah.
which we are playing currently.
Yep, it's a 3d6 game.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
we
Age
love
System by Green Ronin Publishing. Which
Can
have
do
a lot
recommend?
of former, wizards employed from the 3.5 days, so before Hasbro bought them. A
Yeah.
lot of the former writers, so there's a lot of similar language.
Yeah.
It's not a hard learning curve if you've come from a high fantasy D20 system like D&D or Pathfinder. Yeah.
Very good. But yes, Rylan seems happy with the compliment. Doesn't mind that his utility has the thickest accent of them all.
Yeah.
I'll
It's
take that as a
charming,
compliment.
don't worry.
All right.
So just prepare yourself for anything and everything. And you'll be fine. If you have any questions, just ask us, and we'll help you through it.
Right.
All right. So, go get prepared. Get your supplies. If you don't remember, Bertie, you have to. She'll look to Robert. You have to remember for her. Make sure she gets what she needs.
She's kind of bossy, and I love it. Girl boss energy, am I right?
God, I wish I could hear Bertie.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
And we will meet you here, we'll say within the hour.
Excellent.
Excellent. I gotta go get dressed. She's like in a robe.
Oh.
She's in a robe. She's happy. She's comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right, so y'all are able to separate off to get yourselves prepared. Ophelia, how are you going to do that? You have an hour. What all are you preparing?
See, all the usual things: clothing, supplies. Don't believe I have a tent. I need to go acquire a tent. I have my sending stone. Probably gonna grab some scrolls, other things, a journal, the basics, extra clothing, all that stuff. Ooh, and my spirit talisman.
Yes.
Robert has to come with me.
Would be sad if Robert was not able to come. Okay. Are you going to inform Zilran, Lord
Yes.
Zilran, about your exit?
Yes. So checking in with my boss.
Yep.
All of that. Yep. Absolutely.
He will inform you that, given the need for expediency, and not necessarily relying on the efficiency of others, he is going to have a boat arranged for you if it is indeed riverboat you're going towards. Yeah. So that you have something where you guys tell them where you are going, and their job is to get you guys from A to B, not dealing with other members of the public, especially given the sensitive nature of which you are tasked with.
Okay.
So you can inform the group when you do reconvene with them that you have your own boat. So, you know, as one does.
As one does.
And they can take all of their horses too. Do they have horses? You guys still have horses?
I have my horse. But I don't.
Yeah, you own horses. Would you
Yeah.
have taken them with you to Navarre?
Yeah.
The thing is, because we'd be traveling by boat, I don't think Bella would have brought her horse because she also wouldn't want to be on a horse in Antigua.
Yeah.
She would want to be on foot to get in all those little back alleys that she knows. So, she wouldn't have brought her horse.
Yeah.
She would have left it with her brother so he can take it and go about town and feel important.
Of course. He do love a reason to feel important. Okay. So Bella and Robin and crew, how are you preparing, and what are you doing?
I think honestly, we knew we were going to Antiva, so I figured that we have everything that we need, right?
Yeah.
I will get a new, I will get another pair of good boots. Whether I break them in on the road completely or not is one thing. I think it'd be one of those things where I walk in my old ones and I break the new ones in at camp, sort of thing. until
Yeah.
they wear out. I'm even down to wearing some broken in boots as long as they're not covered in piss and shit. Like, and vomit.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I am gonna send off via mail just the 2 orders back to Ozmar to my dad's businesses. And honestly, like, I got what I need already, so it's for traveling.
Yeah. Courier or Raven?
Courier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like this isn't something that is needs to be expedited, so courier is perfectly fine. They like nobody paid for 2-day shipping, so
Yeah.
This isn't Prime.
Okay. That's fine. And Bella, you had something you wished to deal with.
Yes.
Are you going off to deal with it yourself? Are you taking someone with you? Are you taking everyone with you?
I'm not gonna take everyone with me because I don't want it to be a big deal. She might ask Cheryl to just stay with Sparrowhawk. And she will ask Rylan to go with her.
Okay. Yeah. He's happy to.
And she will be actually writing a letter before that to Anarin, the contact that she had made in Antiva that to like look after her brother.
Yes.
Just as a like, hey, heads up, I'm going to be there relatively soon, and I would like to speak with you.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing well.
So you said an your letter to Anarin. Is it looking for a response or simply a check-in?
Just a check-in. Just this is what's happening. I will see you soon.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that is sent, what would be faster? Would be courier or bird?
Raven would be quicker.
Raven. She will send it off Raven then.
All right.
And after that, she will do her own investigating where to find Erden.
Okay. Erden, it seems that Rylan is able to kind of get you in fairly quickly. You see him at work, and like you've hired him, so you know that he's good because he gets you a lot of really good information. You don't tend to get to see the other side of what he does, so this is
I don't get to see him in action very often.
No. And he's very smooth. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat is trying to dig its way into this room, but it can wait. Yeah, he very smooth. And what's fascinating is he's a bit of a cool customer, a bit of a smooth guy, smooth talker. But the way that he speaks to people, especially when he reaches into the alien age and you see him speaking to a few people, especially people who maybe look like they're a bit hard up, is he has such a gentle nature to him actually when he is speaking with people, and really quite disarming with them. And you know the tricks because you're quite good at persuasion yourself. And how he clearly has the social tools to put someone almost immediately at ease with him, and you imagine that must be a very handy skill to have. But as he's doing that, every time he speaks to someone and he starts to make contact of like, we're here, this is what we're looking for, and then they then tell him someone to go and speak to, so then he speaks to them and then starts to drop in Nirden's name, like he's doing it in a subtle process. But as he speaks to every single person, he introduces you to every single one, and kind of lets you, if you're willing to do it just now, not to put you on the spot, of how you would explain to them who you are and what you do.
To Erden or like people?
This is just the elves that he's met. Yeah. This is prior to meeting Erden.
Is he just introducing himself as like
just rather he's upfront, he's using his name, and he's like, hey, we're new in town, we're coming from here, and he'll check in. He seems to know like things that seem to be fairly current to the area, just to check in with them and kind of put them at ease. And then when he's introducing you, it's not just simply here's my friend Bella, but here's Bella. She's actually been really trying to help elves, and he gives you the space for you to explain what you're doing, so that he's not putting words in your mouth. So you don't have to roleplay out the conversation, but I'm just curious as to how what your pitch is, about who you are and what you do.
She will introduce herself with a bright smile and just introduce herself as Bella. And she will kind of chat them up, kind of see, be like, oh, what's your name? What do you do? And kind of get at a more relatable level. Like it's not like, oh, I'm trying to help elves and you're a charity case, or like I'm higher than you because I have this thing. She's just trying to talk to them almost like a friend. And once they kind of start opening up and like, well, I do this, I do that, but I would like to do this, or like, this is such an issue for me. She would be like, well, is there any way I can help you with that? I may not have the skills, but I do know a lot of people that may have skills that could help you with that, and I could maybe outsource some things. If someone's like, oh, like, my house is in shambles, she'll be like, well, I can find some carpenters, get them to repair some few stuff for you, or like, uh, I'm trying to save up for something. She's like, well, maybe I can help you, like, invest in that. We can stay in contact. Just kind of that situation, trying to see where the issues are, and just offer a helping hand, not like I'll fix everything for you, but kind of get the means also for them to help themselves. So if she can't offer like someone to fix the issue, she's like, well, I know someone that you can talk to that can help you learn how to do this, or like can help you gain a new skill and maybe go on to a better job, stuff like that.
Are you willing to make the investment in this place that you have the others? I'm aware that this is a relatively short visit, but is this something that you are interested in starting?
Yes.
Okay. I will ask for you to, because we've adapted slightly in the book. When you have contacts, you have to roll for each individual person to see if you're successful in connecting them as a specific contact. You and I have adapted that a little differently because what you're making is a network of people. So can you roll a persuasion roll for me?
Okay.
And this is just showing the extent to which your initial attempts have been successful.
I will use one of my re-rolls.
Sure, we can do re-roll.
Because I got a 12, which I know it's not bad, but I would like.
Yeah. And this is not BL, this is the start of the process, but yes, you can re-roll, absolutely. These things are there to be
14.
used.
3 stump points though.
3 stump points, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. If you're happy for that, it's sort of like dealing in cards. If you're happy to, are you happy to stick with this?
Yeah, I'm happy to stick with that. It's a good start, I would say.
Okay, absolutely. So eventually you do get directed towards a small home, which is where the contact that Rylan knows of, Eridan, and where he resides. So the pair of you kind of get invited in, and there's some familiarity between the two guys. So Earl will give him a shake of the hand, and one of those sort of like hugs of, we're not really family, but like when you're of the people, and you meet someone else who's of the people, there's a camaraderie there.
Is that also extended to Bella, or is that just specifically with Rylan?
They both know each other, but there is an opportunity, one of those moments where like you could go in for the hug if you want, when Rylan introduces you as like, here's my friend, and I guess employer, like he'll make a bit of a joke of calling you his employer. It's up to you.
Yeah. If the opportunity is given, she will take the hug as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is nice to meet you, Bella.
It's nice to meet you too, Erden. I know this is quite sudden, but I was hoping we could talk business if possible, if you're interested.
Of course. What kind of business do you want to discuss?
That of a secretive nature. Of those that deal in information.
I can do secretive.
I will get to the chase. we'll cut the chase, sorry, and get to the point.
Mm.
I was referred to you by my friend Rylan here, my employee, and she'll joke about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I am trying to create a intricate information network between us to help each other out. I have a few points of contact in Ferelden that can be of use to you as well. And I would like to invite you into this network. It is not without pay.
I see.
It's not without pay.
What would I be doing to earn that pay?
What is asked of you? I would not ask you to put your life in danger without good pay. And I know that while information is not going out and fighting for your life, but it can be dangerous to gather. My goal here is to create a network of information, but also help between elves and alienages. I have invested my own hard-earned money into several areas of Ferelden, alienages. Let me open up my notes. I have contacts in Highever, and she'll point to Rylan. Amaranthan, Kirkwall, Dunerin.
All good locations for that.
Very much so. And your only job is to respond to any requests that we may make of you, and gather the information that we request of you as well. The main goal of this information network, like I said, is to make sure that we're all taken care of.
I can get behind that.
And you can ask Rylan should you want. I do put my money where my mouth is.
Oh, she pays amazing.
The interaction between two NPCs.
I'm a well-kept man. Yeah.
Rylan is such a ride or die.
Yeah. All right.
And I know that not everything can be bought with money, especially loyalty, but that is what I ask of you. Loyalty, trust, and honesty.
Well,
you do not turn your back on me, and I will not turn your back on you. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. If I can provide, it will be provided.
Can I get a persuasion roll for you to acquire an agent, please?
Okay. I want to roll, but I also know I have those.
You do have those just
There's so many.
I'm gonna use my auto roll. I'm gonna use my auto success because I want this real bad.
Now's the time and place.
Down to 12 auto successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be my honor. I trust that if it's something that this guy's wrapped up in, then it's probably legit.
It is. And it would also be my honor to have you on my team. Okay. He is the head of information to my little operation, so you'll be mostly hearing from him. But you can contact me through him anytime, or you can contact me directly. I do have a more permanent residence in Highever, though I am on the road often.
Okay.
And
do you have any priorities right now that you're working on?
I do. How are your contacts in Antigua?
I have some.
Anyone that you trust? That's the key here.
Sure. Yes. Yes, I have someone that I would say I would trust there.
There are a few things that I do have to go over with my group, but how well known is your friend with the crows? Nothing too dangerous. I would not ask him to go face to face with a crow.
Well, she has had encounters with them. The thing is, unless you are a crow, they can be useful, convenient, informative when it suits them, and equally stab you in the back.
Fair.
But she's had run-ins. Why?
I'm looking for one in particular.
You're looking for a crow?
Yes.
Well, she may be able to ask after them.
Well, if maybe you could put in a good word for me with your contact. Is she the one that would take up such an offer that I made you? Or does she work by herself?
She might. I will send in word and hopefully it will be well taken.
Hopefully.
Okay.
But that is all I have for you at the moment.
Well, she is Moira is her name.
Moira. I will say, other character, would Bella have a place that she knows she can send mail to in Antigua? Whether it's an old friend's house in the alienage, more that than.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have. You haven't been there in a while. You would have when you were there, and you obviously have your contact there that was taking care of Marius. It's up to you whether you trust them or not.
Once I get to Antigua, I'll write you a letter with a place to contact me in there.
All right.
And how much did I spend on investing in the alienage here?
It's up to you. The others is 5, but that was over the course of like actually implementing things and investing in businesses. So it's something you could work towards. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 gold.
Yeah, she will implement it.
Like through him?
Yeah, through him.
Okay.
So she will hand him the 5 gold.
Yeah.
And say, this is for business expenses. In the alienage to improve the life here. Right?
Understood.
And then this, and she'll take out another 2 gold, is for you.
Oh. Thank you.
Welcome. I know.
She does pay well.
I do my best. And it's to let you know that I'm serious about what I'm doing.
Yes.
And I'm serious in taking care of my own, not only elves, but those that work with me. I don't like to say work for me, but work with.
Okay. I will look forward to your letter.
Like I said, if you need anything, I do have residency in Hive, and word will get to me. All right? We take care of each other.
As a parting gesture, if we are an information network, I would recommend putting your ear to the ground as you travel about elves vanishing. Not completely out of thin air, but just up and moving away.
Any specific area they're leaving from?
Everywhere. particularly alienated. That's where I get my information from. But I don't know more than what I've told you, but I know that it is a concern. And if you have as far a reach as you say, I would recommend.
I will send out word then. I'll let you know of anything that comes up. Best
In
for
a
all of us to keep
subtle
informed.
way, I'm assuming. If this is
Obviously.
something on the down low, letting people know that you're looking into it might not be for the best.
I have my subtle ways. This is my first rodeo.
Okay. It's my gift to you as
Thank you.
efforts for the money.
I appreciate it. And I'm sure others will as well. But
Best of luck in Antigua.
thank you. And welcome to the Thorns.
I'm employed.
Very
Very exciting.
And she will stand up and say goodbye to him the same way with a hug. Much
Mhm.
more personal now because they kind of know each other now.
Mm-hmm.
And as they leave, her face does get a little bit more serious.
Mhm.
As she's walking with Rylan, says, "We're going to have to look into this quite soon."
Troubling stuff.
Yeah. It's unfortunately not uncommon for us to disappear out of alienages, but if it's to the point where it's valuable information that they are, then something else is happening. And I'm quite over our people being the collateral.
Same. I'm on it, boss lady.
I am.
All right. Let's go on a boat.
Let's go on the boats.
Mm.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat and I'm riding fast and okay. Anyway, y'all are able to reconvene at the place where you had been staying, and you were informed by Ophelia that you have your own boat. Do you want to put any flair onto how that is delivered, or?
Sure.
Mm.
So we'll come back, and she has servants who will put everything already on the boat for her. So she's just showing up as herself with Robert, in a more traveling style gear, what she considered as traveling wear, their cloak and everything. And everyone, as part of our arrangement and our new business deals, we have been able to acquire a large boat for our personal use. So we will not be traveling with the public. We will be traveling on our own boat, which will accommodate all of us, including Finch and our dragon.
I love it when rich people are on our side.
Right? It's just like, is this just how people, like, with money just live all the time? They just look at someone else and be like, I could just use a boat. And they're like, we got you a boat. And a boat appears. Like, you know what doesn't happen when you have your own boat? Chafing.
Chafing?
Yeah, from the constant walking.
This is why I have a horse.
Horses also chafe, but also horses have to be fed and taken care of and watered. And, have you ever, Ophelia, had to eat your own horse before?
No.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Poor albatross.
Yeah. Enough said, really. All right.
Don't worry, we will have plenty of food provided for us.
Yeah.
The horse will be well taken care of.
Hopefully we're not too flashy.
Oh no, it looks like any other riverboat, but it is for our own private use. We will be the only ones aboard other than the crew.
That's well, it's not that. It's just, river pirates.
Oh, I see. No, this is not one of the royal yachts or anything associated specifically with the Mortalitasi, we have simply hired a riverboat big enough for us to travel upriver as
Okay.
merchants.
That
We're
being
merchants,
said,
yes?
when I see this boat, Emma,
Yes.
how worried should I be about pirates?
I mean, Amelia's
How
idea of
much-
normal? I
'Cause here's
mean,
the thing. What a
It's-
rich person thinks looks normal compared
Right?
to what a normal person looks normal.
Right?
Yeah.
Should I make a roll?
Listen, you can roll a value and roll. Yeah, the value is it valuation?
I do have a valuation.
Evaluation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna roll it as it's a 12.
All right.
Mhm.
It's this is clearly a nice boat.
Yeah.
There's a chance you don't know what a lot of the other boats that go down this particular river might look like. But yeah, it's all right. It's definitely fancy enough where it would be if you were putting yourself in the mind of a pirate, would you think, there might be something good on there? Yeah, probably.
Does it seem like a boat that we would jump?
Yeah. But it's not like this is clearly like the mother lode. So
Yeah, but I like.
We might want to keep Finch out in the open as like a warning.
Robert or Robert and both.
Yeah, I'll kind of like look
They
at my
can
crew
bond.
for a second and be like, we should just definitely still have watches.
yes.
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 Yeah.
But
Sometimes things can be too well meeting.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? You're capable people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you'll be fine. You're gonna be going down the length of the Minanter River, which kind of curves over the top of Navarra and then through almost all of the free marches. Like you hit all the big players.
Mm-hmm.
It's frequently traveled river for this sort of purpose. There's a lot of trade that comes up and down this river. It does not take you completely to Antiva, so your options are to kind of drop off at one of the towns once you get close enough to Antiva and go up, or go straight out into the sea and perhaps transfer it into a deeper boat that will cope with the sea and then come up through the Rialto Bay that
I think
way.
once we get to the Delta, we can just go land-wise north
Yeah.
because, one, like I assume, we have someone who's afraid of the ocean. So
Yes.
yeah,
It's a
traveling on a
river.
river and an ocean, two different things.
Uh-huh.
There are no whales in the river that we know,
No.
of, but there could be sharks.
That you know well. Yeah, there could be.
And there could be
There are
river
river
dolphins.
dolphins.
Yeah.
So, yes, you will be getting the delights of Navarra, then Tanterville, then Starkhaven, then Ansburg, then Wycombe at the Delta, and then up into Antiva. So, perfect place for us to end tonight, in fact.
Mhm.
And we will be enjoying the delights of river-faring life and onwards towards Antiva.
Mm-hmm.
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 Thanks for joining us, everyone.
for joining
Yes.
us.
Thanks everyone for coming and showing up.
Mm-hmm.
To Hometown. Like, still don't know what it's
Yeah.
about. Like, I haven't investigated it so much enough.
No.
But I will here in a second. I have time. I need a big stretch. Sorry. As far as the, I don't know whether Saturdays are the start of my week or the end of the week. I feel like they're the start of my week. So as far as the next 7 days, for me and my channel, we have upcoming on Wednesday, I run an Animorphs game that is based off of Blades of the Dark hack. We just had an Andalite land, and they're facing the consequences of their actions right now. And they're, I'm a teenager that decided to not come home on homecoming night. when there was a lot of mayhem that was happening at where said homecoming was. So, that's the great thing about playing teenagers, doing teenager things, is that you still have to worry about homework and not pissing off your parents while also saving the world and being a child soldier. The duality.
Yes.
So there's that. I do that on Wednesdays at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern. Soon, not this Sunday, so not tomorrow, but next Sunday, I will be back, hopefully with Rime of the Frost Maiden. And then on opposite Sundays, we will be starting a Brindlewood Bay campaign over at Sword and Key. And I think that's all the projects I got going on. If you are interested, eventually I will be casting sometime at the end of next month for a third show, which will be a Persona game. So if you are interested in Persona, there is a fan-made tabletop game, and we are in the works of starting that. We haven't decided on the day yet, but that's what we're doing. And that's what I'm doing. Everybody else in that opposite direction, what you doing in the next 7 days? Where can we find you? And I'll find someone for us to raid while we do that. So, Kay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kay, the Kay Phoenix on the internet. This is my only internet game, so if you want to watch me online, this is where you can find me on Saturdays at noon Pacific Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
Hi everyone, my name is Sane, or Alyssa Vamp Art on the internet. You can find me here all Saturdays. You can also find me Sundays over at the Hive Goblin DMing for my life. Jesus Christ. And that's all I have right now streaming. You can also follow me on social media. I do art. I'm an artist. I have done the bust here. It's very exciting.
They're amazing.
Thank you. I do other character art, so I'm Alyssa Vamp Art on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on all the other social medias and whatnot that there are. And yeah, that's me.
Fabulous. And hi, I'm Emma, Hummalou on the internet. This is my only game, so this is where you will find me on Saturdays, jamming for these lovely people. So I can't blow myself up, but I will blow Satan's art, because she's drawn most of my characters, and it's all wonderful. And she's currently drawing a character I'm playing in a Pathfinder game with Kay. It's wonderful. You check her out.
Oh man, are we already done with outros?
Yeah, we're missing a person.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't even found anyone yet. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I was looking. Actually, no, we're not gonna do Mikey. He's playing Call of Duty, and that's stupid. I was like, oh, my friend Mikey.
Mikey.
And I was like, sorry, Mikey, you're not playing cool stuff. It looks like Behold Roleplay is playing some extra life good shit. So we're definitely gonna go if they are available to raid them. Yeah, they're playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So we're gonna go ahead and raid them. Make sure you scream at some velociraptors at them and stuff like that. And I will see y'all on Wednesday, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.